Yeah, I mean, that's a hot. The topics are so hot. Are we on the air yet?
Yes, we are on the air, Mr. Apter.
Well, tell everybody who you are.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Mark of the Masters, the man with a plan, Big Ray, here to stay to talk some wrestling today. I am here with Mr. Bill Apter.
How does he say that all in one breath?
And Bill, these are hot topics. And
hot topics. I love it.
My friend, we've got a lot of hot stuff to talk about. And guess
I have what I want to lead off with, by the way, before we discuss anything. And it depends when you're watching this. We're taping this on the 20th of January 2014. And I was informed earlier this evening by the mother of Alice in Danger that she's going into the hospital, that Alice in Danger is going to the hospital to be operated on for skin cancer. So we want to tell her that all our thoughts and prayers are with her. I've got coverage of the story on OneWrestling.com, where you can go to ringbells.com and read about it. Allison, we love you. I've known you since you were a little kid, so nothing like this is going to get you down. You're going to kick out and you'll be fine. Okay, Big Ray, hot topics.
Well, Bill, funny thing is that speaking of hot topics and speaking about being hot, you know, if you Google Bill Apter today, you see that Bill Apter is all over the internet, my friend.
Wow.
And apparently, after doing some homework or research on my part, I find that you have an article on WWE.com about the Bruno Sammartino Ivan Koloff match when Bruno went in with that injured rib, and
allegedly,
and then also, weren't you down in Stamford, Connecticut about doing a little work for the Paul Heyman DVD?
Well, let's take this piece by piece. For a long time, I've been pitching a story to WWE.com regarding great moments in wrestling history. And on that date, January 18th, 1971, I was there on the ring when Bruno lost the title. I photographed it, and I pitched the idea to WWE.com, and they like the idea, and from what I understand, it's gotten a nice reaction. So hopefully I'll be back. But I want to thank all the fans out there for all the positive things that they've put up on the WWE.com website and the comments there. It's very, very flattering, and I'll have more to talk about that hopefully in the next few weeks.
Well, Bill, now can you tell us anything, maybe a little inside info on that Paul Heyman DVD?
Oh, well, it will be out later this year. And the reason that I'm part of this is when Paul Heyman was a little punk kid, rather than not the big punk kid he is right now, he shot pictures for the wrestling magazines that I worked for, and also cornered me a lot of times, and shot pictures of me with a lot of guys. But I don't want to go into too much detail because it's going to be a great controversial DVD, and I'm glad I was called in to be a part of it.
Very cool. Now, is there anything else that you can maybe tell the fans here at OneWrestling.com, YouTube/OneWrestling Video, what you're doing with the WWE, or?
Let's wait till the network launches, and then I can talk a little bit more about it. But I'm not the hot topics. Thank you. I appreciate you bringing that up. But let's get to some hot, really, really hot topics. Of course, CM Punk, now chosen by Kane, because he got PO'd, of course, at CM Punk, to be the #1 guy, the #1 entrant in the Royal Rumble. I think that's great, because can CM Punk last to the very end? Yeah.
I definitely agree with you. I think he can. Will he? Opposed by the WWE's Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, Kane. I mean, it seems like CM Punk at this point in juncture, is the best in the world, but apparently he has the entire world, or the entire WWE universe, against him. I don't know, Bill, if he can do it. I mean, Shawn Michaels.
Wait. Here, well, I'm talking physically, he can do it, but hot topic is that Stephanie McMahon and Triple H, you can't really tell which way they're going right now. Because they're punishing Kane, they're punishing Randy Orton.
Well, I don't know, man. I mean, at this point in juncture, like I said, it appears, or the way I feel, is that maybe CM Punk doesn't really have the best of friends with the authorities. So, again, this is, my opinion. I don't know if he can do it. I mean, Shawn Michaels did it. He was that #1 entrant, and he went all the way to the promised land. Can CM Punk prove to be the best in the world and survive the Royal Rumble as the #1 entry? That's the hot topic.
The Marathon Man, 1 hour for CM Punk in the Royal. Good solid pick for the guy who may win that, but we don't know who all the entrants are. Hot topic now. A lot of fans are very surprised. We're jumping all over the place here. The Ultimate Warrior going into the WWE Hall of Fame. People have asked me, they said, hey, Bill, the guy's crazy, the guy's this, the guy's that. Who cares what a great character he was in the WWE? He deserves it. I'm glad to see him in there. People are saying he said all these bad things about the WWE. Who cares? The character of the Ultimate Warrior belongs in the WWE Hall of Fame, period, the end. What do you think, Big Ray?
Oh, I agree 100%. Now, I got to be honest with you. I am so impressed with Triple H and his ability to break down the walls and break down the barriers that were set up, by the past regime. Now, what I'm trying to say is, since Triple H has been there, we have Bruno Sammartino in the Hall of Fame. The Ultimate Warrior, Jim Hellwig, is back, is now finally in the Hall of Fame.
Is that his real name? No,
Jim Hellwig. Well,
right.
I'm sorry, the Ultimate Warrior. And last but not least, Bill, is there a possibility that finally, the Macho Man may be headed into that
I hope
hall?
so. I hope so. I think, in my opinion, they haven't announced anything yet, but I think Jake Roberts is a shoo-in this year.
Oh, Jake Roberts would be an amazing. I mean, he's one of the best mic workers I have ever seen. The guy had the psychology. The guy was fantastic in the ring and had one of the most devastating finishing moves, that DDT.
Oh, the DDT, yeah. I mean, wrestlers have imitated it and put their own spin on. And plus, I love how he talks on the interviews.
Who was it that said often imitated, never duplicated?
Oh, there are a lot of those.
Well, I think Captain Lou Albano was most famous for saying that.
That's right, that Captain, brother. That's right. All right, let's move on to another hot topic, of course. How can we not talk about Batista? He's back. Yeah, and he's there with a vengeance to go against Randy Orton or anything else that will stand in his way to gain the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. What do you think his chances are of winning the Rumble?
Well, his chances are really good depending on what number he has. Now, listen, Batista hasn't been in the ring in almost 4 years. Now, he looks great, but you know, Bill, to be in that ring is different than the way you look. You have to be in perfect physical condition. Can Batista last? Let's say Batista gets called number 5. Let's say he's pulled number 10. Will he be able to go all the way to the end? Batista's a big, strong guy. Does he have the endurance still to win that match?
In the Royal Rumble, it's a little play on Ric Flair's words here, but to be the man, you got to beat the men.
Oh, absolutely. But
really,
to answer your question, absolutely, I believe Batista, being a former World Heavyweight Champion, former WWE Champion, I think Batista has the potential and has the ability to win that match. And does he have the ability to win the World Heavyweight Championship? Absolutely. Batista is the beast. I think he will, eventually.
Yeah, he's a lot of people think he's a shoo-in. Here's something really interesting to me. Hot topic.
Okay.
The New Age Outlaws.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah,
oh, you didn't know?
Oh, you taking on the tag team champions, Goldust and Cody, his brother Cody Rhodes. Unbelievable that they turned bad, of course, but look at the position that they've gotten themselves into now, where people are saying that they can't believe here in 2014 they're seeing the New Age Outlaws going against the tag team champions. What do you think?
Well, listen, Bill Apter, we're not talking about two out-of-shape ham and eggers like Bobby Heenan would say. These two guys are fantastic in the ring. Ham and eggers. But the truth of the matter is, I love ham and eggs. But the truth of the matter is that these two guys are former multi-time former World Tag Team Champions. They also have the ring psychology. And guess what? I have a feeling that we're going to see the New Age Outlaws become the new Tag Team Champions of the world.
It's a possibility. Nothing I remember when Bill Cardell, the old wrestling announcer back in the 70s, the broadcaster from Pittsburgh, used to say, it's pro wrestling, it's the place where anything can happen, and it usually does.
Well, Bill, I don't know if you remember this, but almost a year ago, we saw D-Generation X, or I'm sorry, the New Age Outlaws, make their first in-ring comeback. They were extremely over with the crowd.
Yeah,
I was there at Madison Square Garden. I said to myself, man, these guys can still go in that ring. And I'm really excited to see the New Age Outlaws go for a tag team title. And even if they don't win, it's still exciting for me as a fan.
All right. Last hot topic here before a little more news that I want to talk to you about. Last hot topic is, did you see what a midget Brock Lesnar looked like next to Big Show?
Well, I think anyone looks like a midget next to 7
It was
foot,
unbelievable.
7 feet tall, almost 500 pounds of man beast. You know, I mean,
yeah.
The Big
Show. He was tossing Brock Lesnar around like he was nothing. I mean, it's unbelievable. But you know what? A lot of times, both Brock Lesnar and I have to say it, Big Show, sometimes choke in the big ones. They really do. We've seen it before.
That is true, but listen, this is the what is it, this is a meeting of two monsters. This is King Kong versus Godzilla. Who's gonna win this match? It's strength versus strength. The only thing, and I'm gonna give a quick opinion on this match. I think Brock Lesnar will come out on top, because I think technically Brock Lesnar has the ability to hurt the Big Show and maybe put him into multiple submission holds.
Possibility.
Now, will he be able to put the Kimura lock on that big tree trunk and arm on the Big Show? I'm not really sure, Bill Apter, but I'll tell you, if he does, there's a good chance I think Brock Lesnar's going to win, and that's the guy I'm going for, Bill.
That's Brock Lesnar.
No,
you know, I'm amazed, because if you see all the old pictures of Paul Heyman with Fred Blassie and Lou Albano and the Grand Wizard, whenever I hear Paul Heyman go, Brock Lesnar, I hear the Grand Wizard in my head. Yeah, a couple of other things I wanted to mention before we end here that are not hot topics, but the death of Mae Young, of course.
Oh,
what a great lady she was, and we've talked about this. You know, we're so sad in her passing. Now, I did interviews with two Okies, Jim Ross and Jerry Briscoe, which you, of course, can now go to OneWrestlingVideo.com and see those. But people were asking me, they said, Bill, how come you didn't have Wendy Richter on? Because she was like, you know, Wendy Richter, of course. And because, you know, Wendy Richter was like one of the great champions that, you know, of the Rocket Wrestling era, and she helped revolutionize wrestling and all that. I talked to Wendy, and she was very sad about the loss of Mae Young, but she said she didn't really know her all that well. She didn't travel with her all that long. So for you people that ask me, Bill, how come you didn't have Wendy Richter on? Joyce Grable will be on. We will talk to her. One other thing today, I caught up with an old friend today that I haven't talked to in a long time, many years, Kevin Von Erich. And yeah, trying to, he sounds great. He tells me he looks great. So we're trying to work out something to get him very soon on the Apter chat. Also, several other wrestlers negotiating right now to come on the Apter chat. Trying to get Robert Gibson, the other half of the Rock and Roll Express, on there. Adam Pearce and I have been talking about it. So a lot of guys in line.
Sounds really exciting, Bill. You're gonna have to throw a couple of those guests my way, my friend.
Yeah, you're right. Big Ray, thank you so much for being here and us doing our hot topic. And we will be back. We don't know where. We don't know. Well, we know where, but we don't know when.
Well, we will be back Bill here at OneWrestling.com, YouTube /OneWrestlingVideos, and really quickly, fans, please follow us on Twitter at After1Wrestling, and me, Big Ray Show, on Twitter. Bill?
Hogan at WrestleMania 30?
Yeah, brother.
Hope so. I hope so. What you gonna do?
Well, Hulkamania runs wild on you, dude.
Yeah. Big Ray, Bill Apter, we'll see you. Put that finger out into the camera, Big Ray. We'll see you at the matches.
At the matches.